What's going on YouTube? This is the second video that I'm doing. It is the week 2 at Swift, Fontana, California. So Monday, what you guys are going to be doing, it's going to be all day straight backing, learning how to back the trailer up, learning how to maneuver that trailer when it swings one way. You'll learn how to correct that. It's pretty simple. You may struggle with it at first, just don't panic. Keep at it, and by the end of the day, it should be pretty solid. Tuesday will be your offset day, so you're going to be starting in one lane, and you will learn how to swing that trailer to the opposite lane. So if you start on the right side, they teach you to crank your wheel all the way to the right, hold it down tight, and then line up your rear tractor tires with the landing gear, the sand sheet on the landing gear. Then you'll crank it left, do the same thing with the landing gear, crank it right, and hold that until your tractor and trailer are straight. If your straight back is really good, offset will be no problem for you. Even if you come in a little crooked, you'll just pull up, straight back it in, and you'll be good to go. Your third day, on Wednesday, you'll learn your parallel conventional, which is blind side, and then you'll learn driver side. If your offset's down, you'll be good to go. It's the same maneuvering of the holding it right or left to the landing gear on your tractor tires. The only thing that'll change is you'll change your setup. Now the parallel, I struggled with it big time. Blind side more than sight side, because on the sight side you can kind of lean out your window and see where you're lining up at. So for me, you'll line up your fourth axle wheel with the second cone, and I do 2 feet away, 4 feet back, and then you'll give it the turns, and you should swing in there pretty good. The difficult part with that is if you don't set it up correctly, you'll have to learn how to give it more of the landing gear foot or less, depending on how close or far away you are from that cone. Like I said, I struggled with it, but with enough practice, you'll get it down. You'll also learn to look around the yard, because on test day, you're not allowed to put down any markers on the cement or anything like that, so you know where to pull up. But there's painted lines all around the yard. There's trailers around the yard. The fencing has poles you can kind of use as markers. So when you pull up, you'll know where you need to pull up at. So that'll be your third day, will be your parallel parking. On Thursday, you'll do practicing of all of the maneuvers that you've learned so far. And Thursday is also probation day. So if you're not doing too well on the backing maneuvers, you'll be placed on academic probation, which is not the end of the world. I was placed on academic probation. It was mainly for my driving. I had never driven a stick shift before in my life, so learning how to drive that 10-speed and double clutch and everything with traffic all around you was challenging for me. So probation is not a bad thing. All it means is the instructors are going to give you a little bit more time. They're going to work with you a little bit closer. They'll put you with, for the driving portion, they'll put you with Mike, most likely. He's really good, real chill. He'll give you a piece of juicy fruit, and for whatever reason that seems to calm everybody down. He'll go through shifting exercises with you before you actually get into all the traffic and everything, so you know where your gear pattern's at. I would recommend studying the gear pattern starting Monday. Learn the 10-speed gear pattern. It'll just make it a little bit easier for you as you're driving. And I'm going to backtrack just a little bit, because I said Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday you're only going to be learning backing maneuvers. Monday will only be straight back, no driving. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you'll be learning your backing maneuvers, but your class will be split up in half. So half of you will go out onto the backing range, learn your backing maneuvers. The other half will go out onto the road for real driving. You're out there with the traffic. I struggled big time with that, like I said. It was no easy task. It's stressful having that big 53-foot trailer sitting behind you, learning how to turn properly, always worrying about traffic, because the four-wheelers, they'll come by you and they do not care. They'll swerve right in front of you. Other truck drivers, they'll blow by you. Just don't pay any attention to that. Focus on what you need to do to stay safe out there. Don't hit any poles while you're turning. The instructors will be sitting right next to you, so they'll guide you on when to do your turn. Basically, to do it safely, you want to line your shoulder. If you're turning left, you want to line your shoulder up with the middle of the lane. That's how you know you're deep enough into the intersection to make that turn. And if you're turning, if you need to adjust, just straighten it out just a little bit and bring it back in, and you should swing into the turn pretty good every time. Just don't hit no cars, no poles, anything like that, because they will send you home for that. So Friday will be the tough day. That is going to be your alley docking. That'll be the day where your clutch control will be imperative. If you do not have clutch control, you're going to be in some trouble, because the alley dock or 90-degree backing requires you, the way they have you do it, requires your tractor to come within 6 inches of your trailer. So you're going to pinch it very close. And if you make contact with your tractor to your trailer at all, they will send you home. We had a girl in our class, I felt real bad for her. We were on our last day. It was a Saturday before we went to orientation. We had already gone out onto the road to drive. She did good doing that. Came back to the yard to do our skills and practice our alley docking on Saturday. We came back. It was about late in the afternoon. We were all getting ready to call it a day and go home. She was doing her alley dock, and her foot slipped off the clutch as she got close to the tractor, and she completely jackknifed her truck. Jacked it up pretty good. The tractor, the whole back part of the tractor, the fin or the right by the exhaust pipe was all messed up. There was pieces of the truck laying all over the ground, and they sent her home for that, unfortunately. So she put in all that work for the 2 weeks that she had been there, made it to the last day before we went to orientation, and she jackknifed and got sent home. So Saturday will be just an all day practicing all of your maneuvers: straight back, offset, parallel, conventional on driver's side, as well as alley docking. If your grades do not come up for your backing and driving by Saturday and you are on probation, they'll send you packing. You're going home. But don't let that stress you out. Like I said, I was on probation right up until Saturday with my shifting and my clutch control and my speed control. Because, shifting, it's all tempo. It's 1, 2, clutch, gear, downshift, clutch, neutral, accelerate, clutch, gear. So you'll have to get that tempo down to shift it smoothly. But don't stress. They'll work with you, and you'll get it. I got it, made it off probation, and I was probably one of the worst ones when I first started. I couldn't shift. I was grinding gears. stalling, stuff like that. So it's pretty much week 2, Swift training at Fontana, California. So I'll come back at you guys. I'm getting ready to test out tomorrow. So hopefully I get my license tomorrow. So yeah, after tomorrow, I'll go ahead and I'll have some free time a little bit. I'll drop week 3, the orientation week, as well as test out week on how that'll go. So, drop a like, subscribe. I appreciate you. See you guys later.